People think that crow's feet are bad and they are trying various anti-aging procedures in order to eliminate them. But what if I told you that your crow's feet are a sign that your meditation is working and you're finally going to heal your panic attacks? My name is Arpan and I live in Nepal. And 4 years ago, I was in a medical school and I had my first panic attack. I could not afford to fall apart because my career and my reputation depended on my mental health. But also, I could not depend on traditional therapy and anxiety pills because I knew very well that they just treat the symptoms of anxiety and panic attacks. But I wanted to get rid of the root cause. That is when, as a Nepali, I just started discovering and studying more about yoga, tantra, dhyan, dharana, and after 5 months, my panic attacks never came back. All my anxiety was destroyed. So naturally, when life initiates you this way, you naturally become more inclined to study more about spirituality. So I studied and discovered more Western spiritual teachers like Neville Goddard and Joe Dispenza, who specifically focus on manifestation aspect of spirituality. So I have studied a lot of spirituality for about 4 or 5 years now, and I have come up with my own unique, easy three-step meditation process in order to completely overcome your panic attacks. If you have just had your first panic attack, you are in for a lot because this video can seriously change your life. So, the first thing, the first principle that you must always remember in your head is the universe that you deem to be so physical, the physical universe that you can perceive through your five senses, and you think that it is so material, is actually immaterial. It is completely mental and spiritual. Your physical reality, your three-dimensional reality, is just an extension of your own mind. This is a very difficult thing to process for a person who is immersed in rational and logical thinking. But yogis have been knowing this fact for thousands of years. This is the reason why they call external physical reality as Maya, as a magical lie, as illusion, because they knew very well that whenever they upgraded their state of mind through certain meditative practices and spiritual practices, their physical reality got an upgrade as well. Even their body, because your body is a part of your physical reality. So if you can just upgrade your state of mind, your body gets an upgrade as well. Every atom of your physical reality gets an upgrade if you can simply change your state of mind. So you do not even have to be the victim of your genetics. Genes that are responsible for bad mental health and panic attacks will start to turn off, and genes that are responsible for good mental health will start to turn on if you simply upgrade your state of mind through simple meditative practices. This principle, please drill it inside of your head. If you cannot remember, write this on your forearm. The universe is immaterial. It is completely mental and it is spiritual. Remember this. Now, the three-step process that is derived from this principle. The first step of this three-step meditation process is complete relaxation of your body. Your body needs to be so relaxed that you do not want to move, and your mind needs to be kind of alert. You have to find a very balance between the state of sleepiness and the state of wakefulness, and that is achieved through yoga nidra. People like Andrew Huberman have been calling yoga nidra as non-sleep deep rest protocol, but it is just yogic sleep. I have a link in my description box down below on how to completely understand and do yoga nidra properly. Check that out. When you do yoga nidra, what happens is your brain starts to create slow, beautiful, coherent alpha waves and theta waves. Right now, you're watching me on your phone or a tablet or a computer, and your brain is producing beta waves. Beta waves are needed to focus on a particular kind of information that is presented on the external environment. When you're super focused and highly stressed on a particular problem of your life, when you're having anxiety attacks and panic attacks, your brain is producing high beta waves, which are not really good for your body and your brain. So when you do yoga nidra meditation, what happens is you start to develop alpha brainwaves and theta brainwaves. Alpha brainwaves helps your brain to visualize things very easily. And when your brain is producing theta waves, what happens is your mind becomes very suggestible. What do you mean by what a suggestible mind? What that means is all the visualization that you perform will be accepted by your mind, will be believed by your mind, and will be surrendered by your mind as if it is the truth. So you're rewriting a program in your mind. That is what I mean by upgrading your state of mind. Right now, you're faced with a lot of tragic circumstances because unfortunately, you have bad programs in your mind. A deeper mind, a subconscious mind, I'm talking about. A subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is just there for visualization and for some logical, mathematical thinking. But your life is controlled by your subconscious mind. That is where we must change programs. So, Yoga Nidra is really responsible, is really helpful in order to make your mind suggestible to your visualization. Now, when you do a 13 or 14 minute of Yoga Nidra, as I have linked down in my description box down below, what you're going to do is you start to visualize. You start to visualize that you're already the person that you desire to be, and you're already doing the things that you want to do. So you start to visualize that you're a calm, happy, relaxed, joyful, empowered version of yourself. Start to ask yourself in your imaginary scenario, now that I have become this upgraded version of myself, what are the things I am going to do in my world? Maybe you're going to help your friends and family, because right now maybe you cannot help them because you're self-absorbed, you're just focused on your own problem. So start to visualize that you're saying to your friends and family, guys, you do not have to worry about me anymore. I'm completely fine, I'm completely okay. Start gifting them things and wonderful gifts as a thank you note for supporting you for so long. Start to provide all the sensory vividness to your imagination. Start to visualize that you're waking up in the morning and you just have a big smile on your face and you're saying to yourself, wow, I no longer have panic attacks and anxiety. I no longer have anxious thoughts as I wake up in the morning. Start to visualize that as you go to bed at night, you have a big smile on your face and you're saying to yourself, wow, I had an amazing day. I had a really productive day. I had a really happy day. None of the bad things happened to me. I am finally living a very thriving, happy life. And provide everything in your imagination that signifies to your subconscious mind that you have actually upgraded to a different version of yourself. Because what happens is your subconscious mind can shift you into various different versions of yourself, and all the different versions of yourself exists simultaneously. This is the theory of multiverse. Everything exists right here and right now. So if you can just communicate to your subconscious mind that you're a completely different version of yourself, you will be actually shifting into that version of yourself. So if you're currently not able to do certain things in your life because you're inflicted with mental pain, do that. If you're currently avoiding certain circumstances in your work environment, if you're avoiding certain people because they triggered your anxiety and panic attacks, start to visualize that you're actually in room with those people, you're actually taking command of those room, and you're just having a very big smile on your face. You notice that your breathing rate has slowed down in that room. You're taking your pulse and it is just 70. It is right now, it's probably 100 plus. And people are just complimenting you on how you are so relaxed and so peaceful and so powerful of a human being these days. People are just complimenting you on how fast you have changed as a person. Maybe you are telling your friends and family and your romantic dating partner that you've suddenly changed so fast because you found the secret principle that the universe is completely mental and spiritual. Maybe visualize that you're teaching your friends and family about this wonderful principle, and they're listening to you very keenly because they notice that you have shifted into a different version of yourself. When you provide all the sensory vividness to your imagination, your brain starts to lose its distinguishing ability between what an imagined act is and what an experience that you have in this three-dimensional reality. So your brain starts to create neural networks that reflect like all the imagined thing is actually happening to you in real time. So when you imagine that you're dating a romantic partner who is really beautiful and who is currently not dating you because you feel weak and you feel anxious and you're not able to ask her or him out, and you're finally indulging yourself in this imagination and you're hearing them compliment you on how peaceful, on how relaxed, on how powerful of a human being you are. Now your neural networks reflect like all this thing is actually happening to you in real time. That is the second step, visualization. The third step is mental rehearsal. Now mentally rehearse all of this imagination over and over and over again. With enough mental rehearsal, the neural network become hard, set, and permanent. And this neural network is going to send a rush of chemicals down your body. These chemicals are going to create feelings in your body. These feelings are going to be equivalent to whatever you have imagined. Your imagination signified that you have upgraded as a person. You're now a calm, relaxed, powerful human being. Everything in your life is wonderful now. So, of course, you are going to feel the equivalent emotions of joy, gratitude, empowerment, confidence, happiness. And when you start to feel all of these elevated emotions of gratitude, joy, empowerment, your healing begins. That is the moment your healing begins. We have this stupid idea that in order to feel thankful, in order to feel grateful, we need to await our healing. We need to await the success from the external reality in order to feel amazing feelings. But no, when you're creating your life from this wonderful human imagination, the first thing that you must do is embrace the emotions of your imagination. And when you're embracing the emotion of that imagination, you'll be smiling with your mouth. Your mouth is going to extend from this year to this year, and you'll just have a big crow's feet in your face. You'll be closing your eyes and you're just involved in that imagination, and you're just feeling the emotion of that imagination, and you're just going to have crow's feet in your face. Your chest is going to rise because you're feeling all of these wonderful emotions, and that is the moment your healing begins. That is the moment you're getting free of your panic attacks. Now, the only thing that you must get really good at is sustaining these elevated emotions for an extended period of time. Because the longer you can sustain them, the faster your visualization will materialize into existence. And right now, nothing needs to happen in your life. You can just feel anxious for no reason because all you have done for a very long period of time is practice imagining the worst case scenarios of your life and consciously or unconsciously embrace the emotions of that imagination. Now just do the opposite. I have given you the tools, these three simple tools to imagine the best possible scenarios and embrace the emotion of that imagination. Just feel them, and your feelings are going to breathe life into your imagination. Now the thing that I must warn you guys is, do not pay attention to the external circumstances that put you at a state of negativity. Because I've already told you, your external circumstances are just a projection of your own state of mind. So if you start to pay attention to your tragic external circumstances, you're going to impress more negative feelings, more negative mental imagery in your mind, and your mind is going to attract more of them, more of these tragic external circumstances. So do not do that. Close your eyes, know that your universe is immaterial, it is just an extension of your mind. Make your inner experience of thoughts, mental imagery, and feelings real. Upgrade your state of mind and just watch how your external circumstance change. This is an experiment that you can do. Become the scientist of your own life. Challenge yourself or challenge me. Try to prove me wrong. If you prove me wrong, I'll stop making these kinds of videos. But this is a law. Your feelings will breathe life into your imagination. This is a law. Neville Goddard said, imagination creates reality. But right now, your imagination is weak. Make them strong by providing sensory vividness and feeling the emotions of your imagination by mentally rehearsing them, and it must create reality. Now, I have made a ton of different videos on how to completely overcome your panic attacks, but if you still feel like you cannot do it alone, then I have my Gmail information or my WhatsApp information linked in the description box down below. Message me and then we can get started right away. I will provide you one-to-one online private coaching. Remember, sky is the limit once you truly know how to imagine correctly and feel the emotions of your desired imagination correctly. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.